All from essence my money na kwa ba the bag Ghanatube mo amoni te Ghanatube nya to ho no mo fresh. Ne de ni nyina abra mo se mo so munya aso na muntie na mu hu ade ekoso wo Ghana dofo. Sisi amene ukasa no Special Prosecutor, Office of the Special Prosecutor. Omo the new charges aba mo amoni say Ken Oforiata ade omo de ye sisi amene ukasa no Office of the Special Prosecutor. Omo sanso the new charges aba sisi an ye twinkofo bi mu wanted list kese pa na betodwa efi Office of the Special Prosecutor ho ameso be gini nyina brew awo Ghanatube dofo manko na yanko ji sansem wo nyina enchirem awo Ghanatube nyamra sisi a.
Now, former CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, has been accused of initiating a criminal extortion scheme which resulted in the unlawful collection of more than 200 million cedis from petroleum transporters and oil marketing operators. He and 9 others have been slapped with multiple charges of money laundering and extortion by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Right now, among other things, let's take a look at what those charges are right now. We know that the charges include money laundering, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and extortion by public officer. Now, this is the list of the accused persons. We already know about Mustafa Abdul Hamid, the former CEO of National Petroleum Authority. Jacob Kwamena Amua, coordinator of the Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund of the NPA. Wendy Newman, a staff of the NPA. And when we look at the allegations, we know that the 3 who are connected to the NPA are allegedly accused of orchestrating and operating a criminal extortion scheme, collecting some 280,516,127.19 Ghana cedis from petroleum transporters and oil marketing companies. Now, according to the allegations from the Office of the Special Prosecutors, this scheme was initiated by Abdul Hamid and implemented by Amwa and Newman. Now, if you take a few steps back, remember that these 3 people are connected with to the NPA. Amwa with the Petroleum Fund, and a Newman, a staff of the NPA. Now, what else do we know about the allegations the OSP has made, or the accusations they have made against these people? Now, Amwa, the gentleman with the Petroleum Fund, allegedly paid some 24 million cedis directly to Abdul Hamid, the CEO of the NPA then in 2024. An additional 227.2 million cedis allegedly was channeled through Newman for further disbursement. Newman being that NPA staff as well. Now let's look at the other accused persons, because remember we told you in the beginning that 10 people were involved in this, the CEO and 9 others. Let's look at who the other accused persons are. Albert Ankra, Director of KEL Logistics Limited; Isaac Mensah, Director of KEL Logistics Limited; Bright Bediakon Mensah, also Director of KEL Logistics and King Energy Limited; and Kweku Aboaje Aqua, Director of King's Energy Limited. We also know that the companies are listed as well. So we have Propness Limited, KEL Logistics Limited, and King's Energy, pretty much the people who are involved in the previous slide. What was their role in this? According to the Special Prosecutor, these accused persons and entities created and utilized Propness Limited, KEL Logistics Limited, and King's Energy Limited as vehicles for laundering the illicit proceeds. They also laundered funds, or the laundered funds were used to purchase and construct houses, acquire trucks for an oil distribution business, and build fuel stations, all as part of efforts to conceal and disguise the origin of the criminal proceeds. Said to AJ, a director of the 9th accused company, is currently at large. So that's the case as it is at the moment, as spelled out by the Special Prosecutor, Kisie Jabin. Let's take you back a few steps, because we know that some weeks ago, the Special Prosecutor, Kisie Jabin, held a news conference when he had updated the nation of this investigation into the activities of the National Petroleum Authority. Let's take a listen to that.
The OSP investigation has revealed that between 2022 and 2024, some high-ranking officials of NPA devised and implemented a corrupt scheme of using public office for profit through threats, intimidation, coercion, suggestions, bribery, and inordinate regulatory duress to obtain for their personal benefit. As at the close of business on 30 May 2025, the OSP had uncovered, through tracing and trailing, an amount of 280,516,127 cedis and 19 pesos, being proceeds of the corrupt scheme, some of which has been used by the perpetrators to acquire identified and traced apartments, suites, houses in country and abroad, 22 fuel haulage trucks, and the incorporation, acquisition, and operation of oil marketing companies to compete with the oil marketing companies they were regulating. The OSP, before the end of June, would file criminal charges against the first batch of the perpetrators and complicit oil marketing companies and their officials. Upon filing, we will brief you in detail in respect of who did what, who acquired what, and what has been recovered.
That's a special prosecutor speaking some weeks ago about this matter. It's one that we'll continue to keep our lenses on. We've been working the telephone lines as well to get some immediate reaction, not successful just as yet, but let's switch focus right now, because the Citizens Coalition, a group comprising prominent civil society organizations and distinguished public figures, has called on Parliament to suspend further deliberations on the Ghana Scholarships Authority Bill 2025, currently under consideration. In a statement, the coalition acknowledged government efforts to reform Ghana's scholarship system, but criticized the lack of transparency and stakeholder engagement in the legislative process. They warn that the current version of the bill risks entrenching the very issues it aims to resolve, including political interference, nepotism, and opacity. The coalition appealed directly to the Speaker of Parliament to facilitate a suspension of the current legislative process and initiate stakeholders in terms of consultation. Let's get onto the phone lines right now. Thankfully, we've been joined by Kofi Asare, the Executive Director.
280 million Ghana cedis. And yet 280,000. 280 million Ghana cedis. You see, extortion and money laundering. Out of 4, where nipa bako 7 plus 3 companies. It would mean na boba na kwa nipa bako 10. Entini chese list no na etintin na chese OSP ni dia ba bontin a chese. Sankofo 10 we nyina nipa 7 plus 3 companies. Na 10 OSP show mo den no de charges kese pan da beto mo so adofo aye deja wo social media so obi aka won asema me so beji ni nyina bro e wo Ghanatube adofo yes 280 million Ghana cedis. Yes, extortion and money laundering. Yes, or mono time na nado down kwa kufa any MPP for abe mu no sika. Omwe dipa wa Ghana ha say no. E na OSP waye juhwemu we hu say nkofo we 280 million Ghana cedis na say omwe wia na nipa bako 7 plus 3 additional companies. Ntini nyabo mu a na akwa nipa bako 10. Ntodofo we and a wanted list Kessia, Office of the Special Prosecutor, somebody about Mr. Medina in our bro, our Ghanatube, the former if you like him. No more subscribe, no more share, no more notification bell, so man send a bear. Bring a BBA drop your content and whoop when you need to wait some of aha. And I made the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The breaking news in Nabesi, our Ghanatube for Macramunina, Medamunina say.